All right, Valerie, we're going to go over some of these first couple ones together. We'll work on this next week as well too. So if you're not getting them the first try, that's okay. So what you want to do is multiply A and C. A is that first number, C is that second number. So I would put that in the corner, and you get 6. And then what you're going to do is this one in orange right here. You're going to drop those. All right. And then what you're going to do, that +6, you're going to put at the end over here. And now what you want to do is find the roots to set up your trinomial. All right. And you'll go ahead and set that up for all of them. All right. So you'll go to the graphing calculator and type that in. And 7x plus 6. And you see that it crosses it 2 times on the x-axis at -6 and -1. So those are your factors, all right? And do that in pink. So now that you have your factors, you'll flip them. Now that you have your roots, to get your factors, just flip them, change the sign. Sometimes one will be positive and negative here, but since both are negative, they both become positive. Now all you have to do is divide by this number that I'm highlighting, which is 3. So you'll divide by 3. And if you can, if this reduces to a nice number, an integer, you'll just leave it like that, all right? Now, this 1/3 does not, you can type that in into decimals again, but it doesn't reduce, right? It stays the same. So you get 1/3. So this 1/3, the 3 you'll move to the front. The other 3 gets moved right here. And then this 1 right here stays at the end over here. All right. So if it's a fraction, when you try to reduce it, the 3 goes to the front and the 1 stays there. All right. Let's jump to the second page and I'll come back to this one. So on like these that have 1 are easy. Let's do 1 right here. So that's A and that's C. So you'll times those and you'll get -240. All right. And then you want to write this part down. And then you want to put the number that you multiplied at the end. So then what you're going to do is graph that. So you'll type in x squared. I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff up here. 240, you can't see it, so just keep on zooming out. So press the little minus sign. And then you see it crosses it twice, once there, and -15 and 16. So you'll write your factors here. -15, sorry, short memory, and 16. So right here, you write x, next. So these are your roots, and now you have to flip them. So put +15 here, then -16 here. And then what you're gonna do is divide by this number in purple. So you'll divide by 10. 10 here. Now this 15/10, just stays 15/10, my fault. 3/2. So you'll put that over here. And then this negative 16 over 10 becomes a, did it again, becomes negative 8 over 5. All right. So then right here, this 2 goes up here in the front. This 3 goes over here. This 5 goes up here. This 8 goes right here. All right. And we'll do another one over here. So again, times these two, you get negative 18. You'll bring this down right here in block. And then the minus 18, you'll put at the end over here. Then what you want to do is set up your parentheses. And then you want to find your roots. So you'll graph that 17x minus 18. Negative 18 and 1. So you put those here. It's a plus 1. So those are your roots, and you'll flip them over here. And this plus 1 will become a minus 1. Then you'll divide by 2. And here, when you divide 18 by 2, that's 9. So you can go ahead and just put, excuse me, you get 9 right here. And then negative 1/2, I believe, stays the same. All right. So it stays as negative 1/2. All right. So you'll move the 2 up here, and the minus 1 stays there. All right. And that's all you're doing on those. All right. And I'll come back to the other one, but make sure right here your A is going to be 1 since there isn't a number. There is a number, but it's implied that it's there. So there's a 1. So let's jump back to this one. So again, you'll multiply A times C and get plus 15. And then you'll drop this down right here. And make sure you change those m's to x's, all right? Sorry, wrong. Skipping a step. My fault. Make sure you drop that down and change those to x's. And then you'll put that plus 15. Then you'll graph that, which is negative 16 plus 15. You'll get 1 and 15. 1 and 15. So you'll put your roots over here. 1 and 15. So they're both positive. So when you set up your parentheses, put a minus 1 here, minus 15 there, all right? So now what you want to do is divide by this 3. So when you divide negative 1/3, just to save some time flipping, that stays the same. So the 3 will go up front, the minus 1 will stay there, all right? And then negative 15 divided by 3 is negative 5. So you can just bring that down. All right. So that's how you factor those. All right. Now the 2 at the end, what you can do is you can just type one of these in to the calculator. see which one matches up with this one. So you would change all those to x's, by the way, 3, -4, -7. So 3, -4, -7. So you have your quadratic right there. And then what you can do is type it up one of those and see if it looks the same. So if you type in that one, 3x minus 7 plus 1, see how graphs right over it? So on the star test, you can see that they are equivalent. So your answer would be A. So that's how you do number 10. But those are the examples for those two. So you can use that for 5 and 8. And then you can use those two examples for 3 and 4. All right. Let me know if that helped. If not, I'll be on Zoom during 8th period. So I can go over those other ones too if you want. All right. And then I think I went over number 2 and number 1 on the YouTube video. All right. Let me know.